what's going on at this point.
At least one political science expert says a proposed plan for how Democrats will caucus in 2024 is a mess. Today, the state Democratic Party released a plan for how its caucuses will operate next year. The biggest change involves a mail-in ballot for presidential choices, with the actual gathering at caucus sites to be a time just for party business. The move comes as the Republican legislature may make those changes more difficult to put into place. KCRG TV9's Molly Swain is joining us live with the latest twists and turns involving the 2024 Iowa caucuses.
This plan would keep the Iowa caucuses first to be held the same day as the Republican caucuses. But the in-person caucusing will be limited to selecting delegates to county conventions, who's on what committee, that kind of thing. According to a new Democratic plan, the part of the caucus most people care about would dramatically change.
This is trying to provide a plan to the Democratic National Committee about what Iowa would do in a presidential primary/caucus.
Yes, you did hear presidential primary/caucus. Because according to this new plan from the state Democratic Party, how voters in Iowa would pick a presidential nominee wouldn't really look like a caucus anymore.
And then there's going to be a separate process where we mail in cards and determine how to allocate delegates to go to the Democratic National Convention.
There are a number of reasons for the change. The Iowa Democratic Party faced scrutiny after the chaotic 2020 Democratic caucuses with long delays and technology issues. Also, party leaders admit that the caucus format itself doesn't always fit into modern life.
Not being able to participate because you can't get to the specific caucus site at this time, it does show that the Democrats are trying to take a look at how is life going on now?
Last year, the Democratic National Committee announced Iowa would no longer be the first to hold its presidential nominating contest. Instead, South Carolina tops the list, with national party officials saying the state is more reflective of the party than Iowa. Then it's New Hampshire, Nevada, Georgia, and Michigan. However, even that's not set in stone.
This whole plan is still in flux, but it was contingent on all 5 of those states being able to sort of organize and comply with the DNC's other requirements. So this proposal now is in a way sort of coming back to the DNC from Iowa and saying, look, here's our proposal.
It's polite to say it's in flux.
Professor Tim Hagel at the University of Iowa says the situation is a mess, and it won't help keep the Democrats' political spotlight on Iowa.
The plan that the Democrats are putting through with a mail-in caucus, there won't be that sort of that intensity where you've got to get people ready by caucus night, and so we're probably not going to see a lot of candidates. It's basically a disservice to Iowa voters.
Today, a state Senate committee approved a Republican-led bill that would require in-person caucuses in Iowa. The move would impact the Democrats' plans to select a presidential nominee through mail-in ballots. That bill now goes to the full state Senate for consideration. In the studio, Molly Swain, KCRG TV9 News.
All right.